And now, this is a house. We're still unpacking. In case you don't know, this is what is known as the downpour. Could you tell? So I went down to Famous Pizza and I got myself this juicy looking hamburger and I enjoyed it. Yeah, good stuff. And like day one of last Chincoteague vlog, I didn't have much else to do in that day because it was just settling in. That's how most vacations start with us. Day one is usually just a settling in. But I'll trust you, day two is much more interesting, and day three is something. Also, while me and Ian do look awesome, unfortunately, these shades will eventually say bye-bye. So earlier today we went to the supermarket and Ian got some wings to go crabbing. Currently, there is only one. And they're trying to be quiet, so I might as well stop. I love the view here. So we tried getting fast small crab. It wasn't good enough. And say goodbye, hopefully. Do it, do it, do it.
Here, place them in the water.
Better strats. Problem solved. So, Grandpa decided to take us down to the marina. And, yeah, we don't usually want to go on the docks, but not today. We're going, somewhere right in front of us. Hey. Hey. Anyway, so we're going to some place known as Mariner's Point, which is that cool thing somewhere up there, up this hill. And you know, I think it's pretty cool. Honestly, there's just a lot about that memorial that makes me very happy, alongside the view. Also, shouts to my shades again. Every year, the Crump family apparently decides to go fishing competition, and they just had a much shorter one. But every time after this occurs, we go down to the Chincoteague Community Center, and here's what I did there. Recorded, though. You know, out of all the places in the Chincoteague Community Center that we go to every time the Crump fishing trip goes well, there's the baseball field, which I only went to once, yeah. And you know, it's actually pretty solid, aside from the missing fence. But in that case, I'd give it a nice solid, it's not the best thing out there. There's barely anything in there. Same with that one, too, in the distance. So, in my opinion, it gets a 6 out of 10 for both. The only reason I want a round of KOF03 is because I just kept mashing the kick button, which I didn't know what the buttons were on this thing, because it didn't match. I also didn't crash into go-karts this time. Oh yeah, here's a photo of me before I went racing alongside Ian and my dad's cousin Gina. She looks pretty nice today. Also, there's a fun bit of trivia reviewers need to know about Sonic 4 Episode 2. The airlift is not weak timered. Instead, it's based on the amount of jump button presses, which is about 7 or 8. I forgot. But that still doesn't excuse it from sucking. So for the events of day 3, after dealing with the time meter, I eventually went shopping to buy these new shades. $22, by the way. They're polarized, which means they're actually much more sun protective than my original shades. And they're awesome. I love it. So last year on day 1 of Chincoteague, today is day 3, I sung Discord at the parking lot of Mr. Whippy because I had nothing else to do, and I started on day 2. And yeah, Mr. Whippy is one of those ice cream places that is pretty interesting. I'm not huge in ice cream, but I've been softening up to it. And convenient because there's a soft serve. Yeah, it says on the sign. Yeah, hopefully I should enjoy it. While it was a lot, I did enjoy the chocolate milkshake I got there, even though it was way too much. So we were supposed to go down to the beach, but that didn't happen. So instead, we met up with Danny's side of the family and went back to Mr. Whippy for some donuts. And yeah, that was about it. And a 4-hour car trip later, we returned home. In the end, I did enjoy today's vacation. Although I would complain about spending way too long while my dad talks to a bunch of his cousins, I do realize how important that is because that ginormous family tree over there. Yeah. He had a discussion to me about how big that family tree is, and of course, how important all the cousins are, and their connections to his family members, and by extension, several others. But in the end, that's why we come together at Chincoteague, to meet family members we only see once a year. And it's best we get to know them, because we won't see them for a year. Normally I think that's an issue, because I'm not going to recognize them, but they recognize me for some reason. I'm not here to complain. Anyway, this was just more of a return to form of Chincoteague, due to actually being able to do stuff like the Crump family trip. Yeah, I didn't get to go mini golfing or, of course, beaching, but what could you do? Anyway, that's about it for this year. Bye.